Continuing their activities as usual, now Zelensky and his team are being provoked by the Poles, who justified this terrorist act, referring to the strikes on Nord Streams, and the Poles are now ready themselves to commit acts of terrorism. We agreed through our foreign policy departments to actively promote the further development and activation of trade and economic ties, the advancement of mutually beneficial projects in energy, including nuclear energy. This is a new direction in our cooperation, and it also became the subject of negotiations between the President and the Prime Minister. This was crowned in September of last year by the signing of important documents. We also have good prospects and traditions in areas such as healthcare, culture, and education. Moreover, we agreed to actively stimulate the achievement of agreements in the financial sphere to protect our trade and investment cooperation from the illegal unilateral sanctions that our Western colleagues are currently indulging in. We also discussed the successful work of the Intergovernmental Working Group on Military Technical Cooperation. It met in May in this sphere. We have very good traditions here too, and we are always ready to fully consider the interests of our Ethiopian friends in reliably ensuring their defense capabilities. Undoubtedly, when we speak about the formation of a multipolar world order, about defending the principles of justice, equality, and mutual respect, BRICS holds increasing importance. Since last year, Ethiopia is a full member of this association, and we have already established close contacts within the framework of summit preparations and in the context of convening ministerial conferences. I confirmed this assessment to our Ethiopian friends for their traditionally objective, balanced, and measured evaluation of the events unfolding around Ukraine as a result of the West's long-term strategy of turning this country into a stronghold to contain the Russian Federation, creating threats to our country directly this year. Military threats directly on Russia's borders and the suppression in Ukraine of everything Russian, including history, education, language, culture, which the Zelensky regime is actively engaged in now. This became one of the main reasons, alongside pulling Ukraine into NATO, for our decision, President Putin's decision, to conduct a special military operation, which is achieving its goals and undoubtedly. This process will conclude successfully. We use our energy exports to promote regional integration and cooperation in the Horn of Africa. Furthermore, we hope that the energy we would generate from the nuclear power plant and other energy projects that we have right now would enhance Ethiopia's drive for industrialization and modernization, and this would also position us as a leader in intelligence and other emulsifying technologies, which we believe are very critical for the African continent in the future. Continuing their activities as usual, now Zelensky and his team are being provoked by the Poles, who justified this terrorist act, referring to the strikes on Nord Streams, and the Poles are now ready themselves to commit acts of terrorism. I heard that Mr. Sikorski threatened that the safety of President Putin's plane, in case of its direction to Budapest for a proposed summit with Trump, would not be guaranteed in Polish airspace. That is, Poland, through an official court ruling, officially justified the terrorist attack against Nord Streams. And now the foreign minister says that if the Polish court demands, we will hinder the free movement of the Russian leader's plane. This is very, very telling.